So winter is officially round the corner in the Rust Belt, and this time, the weather actually wants you dead. The Cold Snap update is about to slam into Arc Raiders, bringing blizzards that block your vision, a brand new event called Flickering Flames, and the first real wipe-style expedition reset the game has ever seen. If you're wondering what you should be doing right now to prepare, and whether you should risk resetting your raider when that expedition window opens, this video is for you. So welcome back Raiders, I'm XP, and today we're breaking down everything we know about the December Cold Snap update. How the new Snowfall map condition changes every raid, what we can expect from Flickering Flames, and how the Expedition Project Raider reset actually works and what you'll lose and keep. This video is based on the official Northline blog from Embark, the 2025 roadmap, and early coverage of expeditions and Cold Snap, so you're getting the most up-to-date info we've got at the time of recording. And before we dive in, if you want more Arc Raiders updates, lore and theory crafting in your feed, consider subscribing and hitting like. And if you have that bell rang, it generally helps the channel reach more raiders. Alright, gear up, it's about to get cold. First, let's frame what Cold Snap actually is. Back in November, Arc Raiders got its first big post-launch update, Northline, which added the Stellar Montis map, new Arc enemies like the Matriarch and Shredder, and the community-driven Breaking New Ground Tunnel project. At the end of that official blog, Embark confirmed that the next stop on the roadmap is the December update, Cold Snap, and they named 3 headline features: the Flickering Flames event, the new Snowfall map condition, and the long-awaited Expedition project. Basically, Arc Raiders take on a prestige or wipe system. Other coverage of the map also confirms that Cold Snap comes with the new Raider deck. Think seasonal battle pass and a set of new quests tied into the winter theme and ongoing story. So this isn't just, hey, here's some snow. This is the update that flips the switch on long-term progression and starts shaping what Arc Raiders looks like months, maybe years from now. Let's start with the one you'll feel immediately every time you go topside: Snowfall. Cold Snap's first big feature is the new Snowfall map condition. Officially, Embark lists it as a special condition that rolls across the Rust Belt, not just locked to one map. Think of it like the Night Raid or Electromagnetic Storm, but with winter dialed up to 11. Roadmap write-ups mention that Snowfall will blanket existing maps, reduce visibility, and alter audio. Different footstep sounds, snow hitting metal, wind ripping through structures. In practical terms, that means long-range sniping becomes way riskier when you can barely see through a whiteout. Sound becomes your best friend. Footsteps in snow. Distant gunfire muffled by the storm. It's all information. And if you're playing stealthy builds, this could be your time to shine. Some sites and creators are already speculating that Snowfall might bring perks like better loot quality or increased blueprint drop rates, similar to how Night Raid and other conditions tweak rewards. That's not officially confirmed yet, but it fits how map conditions have worked so far. And either way, Snowfall does one really important thing for Arc Raiders. It makes the environment feel like a third faction again. Not just Arcs versus Raiders, but Arcs versus Raiders versus the planet itself. It's our window into the environmental collapse, seeing how different weather systems and storms shaped the Earth for the Exodus Elite to leave. So let me know in the comments, what's your dream Snowfall modifier? Footprint tracking, slower healing, frozen loot crates you have to thaw open? I'm curious what you'd add. And the next up December event, Flickering Flames. Embark's official roadmap calls this out by name alongside Snowfall and the Expedition reset, and outlets covering the Northline update echo the same trio of features. Unlike Breaking New Ground, which was all about donating resources to unlock Stellar Montis, Flickering Flame looks more like a classic limited time survival event layered on top of the new weather. We don't have the full mechanics confirmed yet, but the name is insanely evocative. Some writers are already imagining a mode where you're huddling around heat sources, defending generators or beacons, and desperately scavenging for fuel, while Arc and other raiders close in through the blizzard. Even if it ends up simpler than that, the important bit is this: it gives Cold Snap a focal point, something for the whole community to rally around, and it helps Embark keep that rhythm they started with Breaking New Ground, events that actually move the world forward, not just kill 50 enemies, get a charm. When Flickering Flames go live, I'll be covering the rewards. We'll talk about the builds and the fastest ways to progress, so consider this your early reminder. Drop a comment if you want a dedicated Flickering Flames guide once this event hits. So let's talk about the big one, the Expedition project. Embark has confirmed repeatedly that Cold Snap is when the first major expedition cycle really comes to a head, with a departure window where you can voluntarily send your raider on an expedition and reset your progression. If you haven't kept up with this system, expeditions are Arc Raiders' answers to the wipe debate from games like Escape from Tarkov. They run on a roughly 8-week cycle with a long preparation phase and then a 7-day departure window where you can actually leave. And most importantly, they're optional. The devs have been very clear. This is not a forced server-side reset. If you don't want to go, you can keep playing with your current raider. And the coverage so far points to a structure where when you depart on an expedition, you keep your cosmetics, premium currency, and long-term account-wide unlocks, but lose your stored gear, character level, skill tree, blueprints, and workshop progress. Basically your power and your stash, you start fresh, but with the new account perks and a higher potential cap. Cold Snap is where that all becomes real for most players. Guides are already calling this the moment Arc Raiders shifts from the new extraction shooter into a proper live service with a prestige loop. And here's the key question I want you thinking about as we get closer to the expedition window. Are you going to reset in the first cycle, or wait and watch? There's no right answer. If you're a hardcore raider who loves that day one wipe rush, this is basically designed for you. If you're still learning routes or barely comfortable with Stella Montis, it might make more sense to skip the first expedition and prepare for the next one. Either way, Cold Snap is your warning bell. Start sorting your stash, planning the build you want to test before the reset, and deciding whether you're mentally ready to hit that depart button. And considering the skill trees, pick what works for you. And of course, it wouldn't be a December update with a fresh grind. The roadmap and multiple breakdowns confirm that Cold Snap is also bringing a new raider deck, essentially a new battle pass with cosmetics, currencies, charms, and possibly blueprints themed around winter and survival. And new quests, likely tied to Stella Montis, Flickering Flames, and the emerging story of Speranza's push north. On top of that, Embark has already been rolling out big fixes and quality of life updates leading into Cold Snap, including the now infamous locked room exploits being solved by hidden flamethrowers, and the shotgun quick swap cheese finally getting patched out. That's important because it sets the tone for Cold Snap. Winter isn't just about cozy vibes and snow, it's about tightening the screws on the sandbox, fewer busted exploits, a healthier economy, a reset system for those who want it, and conditions that make every trip topside feel dangerous again. So when Cold Snap lands, expect your entire loop to feel sharper, new ways to earn cosmetics, new quests to chase, and a much bigger decision hanging over your head. Do I prestige, or do I hold what I've built? So let's talk action steps before we wrap up. Here's what I'd recommend doing before Cold Snap fully kicks in. Play in the different map conditions now. Night raid, storms, anything that messes with visibility. Get used to tracking by sound and silhouettes, so Snowfall doesn't completely ruin you on day one. Clean your stash. If you're even thinking about taking that first expedition, start deciding what you want to burn through, test, or meme with before you potentially reset. And finish the key quest lines, especially in Stella Montis. A lot of Cold Snap's new quests and event hooks are likely to build on what we've just unlocked up north. So make a plan. Are you a prestige every cycle raider, or a slow and steady keep my progress? If you know that now, it will stop you panic deciding when that expedition timer is ticking down. And now I want to hear from you. When the Cold Snap expedition window opens, are you resetting, or are you keeping the current progress? So if this breakdown was informative and helped you get ready for the update, do me a favour. Hit like, subscribe for more Arc Raiders lore, deep dives, guides and update breakdowns. And share this with a squad mate who still thinks Snowfall is just a bit of snow. Winter is coming to Speranza, and it's not here to look pretty. I'll see you topside raiders. Stay warm, and don't get cooked by those locked room flamethrowers.